Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. Before I get to anything this hour, I want to welcome a new advertiser to our show on 103.7 Free FM in San Diego. Honda of Mission Valley. They just started on our program. And we're very happy to have Honda of Mission Valley on the program. Because I do know that they at one time were a favorite advertiser of Mr. Bob Bollinger, the former general manager of the Planet, who now is running from us like his pants are on fire over there at KGB. Because he knows we're hot on his trail and we're going to surpass KGB in the next few months. And we are very pleased to have a quality advertiser like Honda of Mission Valley on the program. So we want to welcome them to the show and thank them for supporting 103.7 Free FM in San Diego. And you'll be hearing more about them on the station at all hours of the day. I'm very happy to have them on the station. So, you know, this was a KGB advertiser. We're happy to have them, and more are coming. So if I were you over there at the sales department at KGB, I'd come in off the golf course and start doing a little legwork. I'm telling you right now, we're coming after you, KGB. We are coming after you. I'm letting you know. First, we're going to take your audience, and then we're going to poach every advertiser you've got. Mr. Bowling is going to have to come in off the golf course. He's got to come back into the office and start cracking the whip. Absolutely. Anyway, Honda of Mission Valley, welcome. Welcome to 103.7 Free FM. I have an email here I'll read to you from a listener named Lene. Lene writes in, and here's what she has to say. She says, I listen to your show fairly regularly. I have no problem with your message to men. Makes sense to me that men would crave young, supple women. I wonder, though, says Lene, what's your answer to the eternal dilemma of the older woman? Women derive power from our youth and beauty. Men from wealth and power. As you guys age, as long as you're successful, you've got it made. But what about us women? Are we supposed to kill ourselves when we hit 40 or so? Let me interrupt this email to give my response to that. You see, dear, think back. This is nature's way of paying you back. Because back in 8th grade, 9th grade, when you were developing and you were starting to see the power you had over men of all ages, from 14 on up, you knew your power back then. You knew it when you were 14 and you had creepy 33-year-old guys following you around, offering to buy you things or take you places or offering you beer or booze or whatever. You knew you had power back then. And you had no problem having that power. And in fact, think back, dear. How many guys in that 9th grade class wanted you and you said, you know, and you had the 17 or 18 or 19-year-old boyfriend and you thought you were the hottest thing on two legs. And you sat there with your girlfriends making fun of older women yourself. Every guy wanted you. You were forbidden fruit for anybody over 18, but they all wanted you. And you played it up. You dressed sexy. You flirted. You got stuff for free. You had stuff bought for you. You went out to dinner. You went out to restaurants. You were taken on trips. You were given gifts. You were taken to the prom and had everything paid for. And you didn't have any problem with living in that little world at all. But nature has a way of bringing it all home. Nature has a way of bringing everything back to the center. They call it equilibrium. Or homeostasis, an even bigger word, where everything comes back to the mean. You know, if you take a polluted river and you stop polluting it and you just leave it on its own, eventually it cleans itself up. It's called homeostasis. That's what that is. See, when you were sleeping there in biology class, I was reading. Okay. And nature has a way of doing that. So for all of you who developed early or dressed like sexy sluts when you were in junior high and loved saying no to all the boys, and you had the 21-year-old boyfriend when you were 16 and stuff, you turn 40, you're going to get paid back. And why is that? Because your beauty has an expiration date. Your power has an expiration date. Men, on the other hand, when they say men mature later, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but what I will say is men come into their own later. Because at 21, when you're 21 girls, at 21, we can't get a 21-year-old girlfriend. 21-year-olds won't talk to us. When we're 19, 19-year-old girls won't talk to us. So sometimes we have to punt. We have to go with a fatty or a fugly, or we have to go older while we are busy going to school, studying, learning our crafts, whatever. Later on, when we become successful at something, doesn't matter what it is, become lawyers, doctors, architects, we become business people, entrepreneurs, whatever. Later on, when we become successful, first of all, suddenly we're the one the 19-year-olds want to be with. I've said many times the ultimate revenge for me for high school is the high school reunion. When I was in high school, there were women who wouldn't talk to me. They were dating the quarterback. They were dating the president of the class. They were dating college guys. Blah, blah, blah. All those girls who were 36Ds in 9th grade and stuff. Oh, yeah, they had whatever they wanted back then. And now you fast forward to today, and with the exception of my high school class, as far as the reunion pictures that are published on the web, gives me a chance to see without actually having to attend. With one exception, and I won't say who it is because I don't want to give her the pleasure of thinking I think she's hot, okay? With one exception, the vast majority of girls who developed early now look like old, wrinkled hags. And every time there's a high school reunion, they want me to come. You know, they want me to show up at the reunion. And I'd be willing to bet many of these broads are divorced now, or grandmothers, or something. They'd love to see me now. And I always say that I won't go to the high school reunion because I can afford your daughter. I don't need to be with you. It's the ultimate revenge. This is one of the reasons I tell the boys to be patient and not jump into a relationship at 19 or 20 or 21, not to be having babies and getting married. Because if you hang on another 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, you're going to have your pick of the hottest, youngest chicks out there. Well, the chick you're with now will be 160 pounds and an old hag. It's the ultimate revenge. Now, the lesson in this for women is to cash in your chips early. Because women don't save and invest, that's why they end up being 40 and desperate. All the years the boys were buying them things, taking them places, did they save any money or invest it? No. They spent more to try to look even hotter. They spent money on shoes and accessories and clothing and cosmetics and trips to Cabo and Cancun. Spent money on gifts. Spent money on having 100 different pairs of sneakers in 100 different colors. Spent money on Gucci purses. You know what I'm talking about? So what ends up happening is when a woman ends up being 35, 40 years old, she rarely has a stash of cash. She spent it all because she thinks her whole life guys are going to be buying her things, doing her favors, giving her things. One of my ex-wives used to tell me that she would go into Midas Muffler just to have a little check done on her car. And at one time, she needed a new tailpipe, and the guy offered to give her a tailpipe. Give her a brand new tailpipe. That was the mechanic's clunky way of trying to pick up this woman. But women eventually lose that power. Ever see every scene and every Superman permutation? Eventually, that kryptonite hits Superman, and Superman cannot perform. He does not have any power anymore. And for women, hitting the big 4-0, that's like kryptonite to Superman. Ultimately, women lose that power. You will not have that power all your life. There was a shift of power. And when men get older, the power shifts to us. You had it when you were 13, 14, 15, ladies. You had it back then. But ultimately, we have it. Ultimately, you get older and you're crying that you don't have enough Medicare and you're eating cat food. And we, of course, are with our new 25-year-old trophy wives. That is the way it works. And so the lesson in this, you can't change biology. You can't change people's desires. The lesson in this, girls, is that you have to figure out a way to save and invest in all those years when guys are giving you stuff. Put money away, invest it, save it. But that's anathema to women. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, they don't like that. And so, girls, while guys are giving you things, that would be your opportunity to amass a fortune, but you don't. Instead, you just assume that guys are going to be giving you stuff forever, and you can continue to spend your own paycheck as mad money for the rest of your life. One day, just like Lene, you're going to figure out, my God, I don't have the power I once had. Guys don't give me things. Guys don't get up and let me have their seat. Guys don't take me on trips anymore. Guys don't give me little Tiffany boxes anymore, those little blue boxes. Women are so naive because they think their whole lives guys are just going to be doing things for them, giving them things. I have heard one woman after another complain that, oh, I used to bat my eyelashes and 10 guys would come running, and now they don't come running anymore. And they have this big heart attack over this. And all I can say about that as a man who has all the money and power I could possibly want, money, power, and fame, life has just played the cruelest joke on you. Because from here on in, I have the advantage, girls. And all of you who wouldn't talk to me years ago, I'll never forget the woman who I dated at the time. I would say she was 21, 22 years old. And I was about 3 years older than her. Maybe I was 25. And this was the one with huge bazongas, absolutely beautiful body and stuff. And she locked me out of the apartment, threw my stuff out, changed the locks. Told me, come back when you got a real job. Oh, dear, I've got a real job. I'm a multi-millionaire now. And I will not be taking your call. By the way, she has called. I will not be taking her call. Because now I can afford to be with somebody who's old enough to be her daughter. Or young enough to be her daughter. It's the ultimate. Let me finish Lene's email here. She says, I still view myself as a sexual being. I'm 42. Still beautiful. Have had no children and kept in shape. I have a solid marriage with a man 17 years older than I am who's a surgeon. So you get that? He's 59. So when you think about it, when they got together, she was like 27 and he was 44. Yeah. So one time she was his trophy wife and had no problem with being his trophy wife. Now she's afraid of losing him. She says, contrary to popular belief, I am not just arm candy. He and I slaved 15 years to get through med school and start his practice. I met him 2 years before med school. She says, I supported him for 5 years during his education and now run his office. Let's say he kicked off tomorrow. Sexually, do I just write myself off? Interested in your opinion. Thanks, Lene. Well, dear, you're going to have to lower your standards because there's not going to be any more surgeons who are going to want to hook up with you at this point. Because a surgeon can afford a 27-year-old. He doesn't need a 42-year-old. Don't count on getting any surgeons. You're going to have to do with pizza man and pool boys who, are looking for easy access once in a while. You'll think they're in love with you, and in reality, they just need an easy lay. And you're going to have to satisfy yourself with Poindexters and guys of average income. You're going to have to lower your sights because that's all you're going to be able to get. Nature plays a cruel joke on women, and I, as a man, I absolutely love it.
Tom Leykis. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
I am just so appalled by the conversation going on tonight.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. Lily on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, darling, how are you?
Okay, how are you?
I'm doing great. This is my question. I am a 26-year-old woman. I have been on and off a man who is now 42. My question is, how do men, in particular older men, feel about a woman who is not very experienced?
They love that.
Okay, because I haven't actually slept with this guy.
How long have you been seeing him?
Well, we met 3 years ago.
3?
And we'd see each other for a couple of weeks, and then we wouldn't see each other for, months. And then we'd talk again, go out, once or twice, and I wouldn't see him again for, a year or
Because you were afraid he'd try to put a hit on you?
No, I'm actually very interested in him. The problem is that I'm insecure about the fact that I'm very inexperienced.
Does he? But he doesn't know that.
No, he doesn't.
So that's not the reason he hasn't hit on you.
Okay. I had an opportunity to sleep with him, and I didn't do it.
Why not?
Stupidity, because back then I was in a relationship that I was trying to work on with an ex. We had agreed that we would work on it.
Well, that's a good way to work on it. Start seeing other guys.
Yeah, because I was noticing that he wasn't putting very much effort into it. But at the same time, I felt guilty because we were supposed to be working on this relationship. So I didn't sleep with a guy that I really wanted to.
Mm-hmm. You realize that if you don't sleep with him at some point, the opportunity will pass.
Yeah. The thing is that he is now with someone else. But I'm still very much interested with him. The thing is, the woman that he is with is in her late 40s.
Right.
So I don't know what to do.
Well, he's probably looking for someone who's easy.
Yeah, I would imagine so. The thing is, I'm not.
Yeah, well, guess what? He has needs.
Uh-huh.
And you have not been meeting them.
No, I haven't.
And so he's going to get what he needs somewhere else. Just like if he was hungry and you invited him to your place but never made dinner for him, then she's going to go eat someplace else. Okay. Same thing with sex.
Okay.
You can put it off and put it off all you like and try to find ways to avoid it. But you don't actually think he's going to sit over there, hanging by his thumbs waiting for an okay from you.
Oh, God, no. But what I would really want from him is to be more of a teacher, have an arrangement. I don't expect a relationship.
Well, the thing is, dear, you're overthinking this. He doesn't expect you to have experience. He doesn't care.
Okay.
I mean, a man is more than happy to just jump in and do whatever feels good.
Okay. So then I should just go with it.
Of course. Men don't worry about that.
Okay. That's been my question for many years. Okay. Thank you, Tom.
But, dear, now he's with somebody else.
Yeah. And this may be just a story you told me, but he says that things aren't going too well. Should I wait until...
By the way, do you want a relationship with this guy?
No. I just want to have that opportunity again that I missed out on.
So you just want to hit it and quit it with it?
Yes.
So once you have sex with him, you're done?
Yes.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. See you later. Trevor, on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Trevor.
Oh, man. The exact same thing you talked about in high school is exactly what I went through the last year. I just graduated from college, and it was so ridiculous how girls won't give you the time of day, just like how you said. Am I right, Tom?
That's right.
Ah, man, the beautiful chick, the cheerleader with the huge jugs wouldn't give you the time of day.
Right.
Well, my father, however, passed away my high school graduation, the exact day. And it was very hard for us because I went to a very rich high school, but I was very poor. Well, my dad was holding out on my mom, kind of like what you always tell him to do. You know, keep your assets. Well, my dad left me the 5 law firms and about $20 million. So, of course, as a young, college student, what I decided to do was go buy the big house, go buy the big cars, and I decided to do something you probably would disapprove of, but I did it anyway. I went back and I went to go find all those high school chicks that put me down, and I nailed every single one of them. just to prove. And you know what was the funny part? When they heard, when one of them saw that, Trevor's riding down, Mill Avenue in a Lamborghini, yeah, they go tell the other one, and they go tell the other one. It was so easy, Tom.
That's right.
It's so easy. And I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for you, last night I wouldn't have got laid. Because a girl tried to tell me, you need to have feelings, and sex means love, and all this nonsense. And you know what I told her? If you think that way, get out of my car.
Love is for people who don't have $20 million.
Exactly. And you know what? It's great because, the only people that matter to me in my life is my brother and my mom, and I take care of them. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to bring in some girl into my house, and they always like to do this, Tom. I don't know why. Oh, let's go somewhere. Let's go to Starbucks. No. I tell the girl, as soon as I meet them, I go, I don't care who you are, what's your name, you going to do me tonight? If not, get out. I love that about you, Tom.
See, that's how you're getting back at all of them for ignoring you.
Oh, my goodness, Tom. And then this is the thing. Some of them weren't even pretty. Some of them put on that freshman 15. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they chunked up like crazy. But my biggest victory was this beautiful, beautiful girl. And I know you like Latin girls.
I do.
Yeah. Well, I had built a motorcycle for myself in high school, and I named it Bianca, just like her.
Uh-huh.
And I painted the tank black to match her hair, and it always reminded me. And she was always sweet to me. Never gave me the time of day. She was the, you're my best friend kind of girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Last night, I went through that. And you know what's the best part?
What's that?
I didn't even feel like I went through it because I was just taking it the entire time. It was so great, Tom. Tom, thanks for doing everything. And you know what? I have my older brother he has this girl with him who nags him, and I tell her, DTB, just tell her to leave. And you know what's kind of funny? My brother, I don't think he's jealous of me because I take care of everybody. But I don't think he doesn't like the way I see sleeping with anonymous women left and right. Hey, it's not my fault if, 5 porn stars are sleeping with me every night. Oh, boy. Tom, if it wasn't for you, I would still be the guy in high school doing the, I love you, let me read you Shakespeare and give you roses. Oh, God. How did we live back then, Tom? I mean...
Trevor, everybody's eyes are going to open. Every guy I know... You wait until the cashola starts to roll in, and suddenly you are driving the bus.
Oh, man. Tom, when I was 19, I was banging my dad's secretary. 24-year-old secretary. And you know the best part? My dad goes, why don't you go spend some time with her? Come on, let me see. Come on, go. And I was like, all right. and for the last lady, guys don't care if you have experience.
That's right.
Now, you have to be good at it. But that's just a natural.
But even it's like there's no bad pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, even when pizza's cold, it's still good.
Yeah, just toss that in the microwave.
Exactly.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Didn't you say that every man likes big breasts?
I said in this country, my husband's Brazilian.
They love those asses in Brazil. You got a big whopping J-Lo ass. You know what I'm saying? You got that Jennifer Lopez thing going on.
No.
Big ass.
The Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Philip. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how are you doing today?
Okay, Philip.
All right, there's so many points that I want to, like, talk about this subject, but first of all, I just want to say this topic really hits home. Before I turned 19, I wasn't really taking life seriously. After I listened to your show, you've inspired me to actually go out and make money, and, I really want to make money just so I could just have that trophy life when I'm 25. And it seems like a lot of the girls that I went to high school with, they got knocked up before they even graduated high school. How stupid is that? I work in the supermarket, Tom, and I see them going inside the supermarket afraid to go through my line because, they're paying food stamps for their food,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love all the former bathing beauties. Now I see them crawling around Trader Joe's, trying to cut on their expenses.
Seriously, it just makes me laugh. And there's a guy who makes fun of me at work because I don't get any, and he likes to talk about how much he used to get it in the day. And you look at him now; he works in a supermarket. He has 4 kids, and he still lives at home paying child support for all 4 of his kids. I just laugh at him because as long as I'm going to school, I'm going to make it in life. People tell me, "Oh, school's a nothing." I try to save my money. I try to write down everything you tell me. Just need to make that money.
And you need to invest too. Don't forget to put it away and invest it.
Seriously, because not a lot of people know. Like a lot of stupid people don't know that Social Security is bankrupt, and you got to make that extra money on the side just to get ahead.
That's right.
I just wanted to make my point across and just tell the people who aren't getting any right now, just go for it. Go to save your money, invest, go to school, and you will be rewarded, like Tom says. And if you could take me out Kobe style with the "Thank You, Jesus," I'd really appreciate it.
Here you go.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me. Thank you, Jesus.
Sylvia on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, dear.
Oh, my God, I finally get to talk to you.
Here we are.
Okay, I have a question. I have a dilemma.
Yes, dear.
I'm 22. I'm going out with a 32-year-old man, and we've been dating about a month now. We've known each other for about a year. So he's not taking me around his friends or coworkers or nobody, and I think that's kind of fishy. We're only seeing each other about once a week now, and only have sex about once a week. So I think he's screwing somebody else, his ex-girlfriend that he just broke up with 2 months ago.
Well, wait a minute. Did you ever have a discussion of having a monogamous relationship?
Well, no. I told him that if we can see other people, and whenever a time comes that we want to just be exclusive, we'll let each other know. But, I asked him last time, I said, I want you to be honest with me and let me know if you're seeing other people because I'm not seeing anybody else right now. And he was like, no, I'm not seeing anybody, so, but, come on, he works a lot, and I don't know if that's an excuse because, last time he told me, come on, I'm 32, I'm not all about sex. I have other things that I'm worried about, my business, and, but I think that's baloney. My friends tell me, that's not right.
But wait a minute. You don't have a monogamous relationship with him anyway.
Well, yeah, that's true, but, he told me he's not dating anybody else.
But that doesn't mean he won't, and it doesn't mean he hasn't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true, I guess. But if he's telling you that he's not being with somebody else, then...
Now, that might be true this week or this month. That might be true.
Right, but it can change. What do you think about him not bringing me around,
Well,
he lives by himself.
What do you do with him besides have sex?
Excuse me?
What do you do with him besides have sex?
What I do with him?
Yeah. Do you go to movies?
We've gone out, out of town. He comes over. We go to the movies, do dinner.
But he doesn't want you meeting his friends or family.
Right, he has this is the thing that kind of gets me. He has a house and he has 2 friends that live with him, and it's been a month now. I've known him for a year, and he hasn't invited me over. So that's kind of weird to me why he won't invite me over to his house. If he has his own place, we can always go.
Well, is he a listener? I tell guys not to bang chicks at their house.
Why?
Because, let's say the thing doesn't work out and you turn out to be a stalker. You turn out to wanting to come over there and check up on him.
He knows I'm not like that, though.
He doesn't know that.
But don't you agree there's something wrong with him not inviting me over to his house?
It's not that there's something wrong with him. I personally would prefer that women not come to my house.
Mm-hmm. So I told him yesterday that, I think it's just better for us just to be friends. And he was like, okay, well, I'll respect that. And that kind of told me, okay, well, if he really liked me, he'd be kissing my ass. Oops, my butt,
Well, but, dear, I mean, you're 22. Why do you need to have a boyfriend or a relationship anyway?
Yeah, you're right. Because you know what? I've never really had one. And I want...
It's too early to have one. You're too young
you're right.
to have
I'm so focused on work right now in my career and what I want to do. I would want somebody that's, if they're not going to be drama and if they're not, if they're going to be a positive. I mean, he's a good guy and he has good qualities. So that's why I guess I want him to stick around. Yeah, but again, you're too young to be committed to one guy. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Dad, I listen to you every single day, and you know what? I agree with everything that you say. These girls need to loosen up a little bit and just learn from you instead of always attacking you. Because you're always right.
I'll come over there and fix this in one night.
You know what? I'm going to go over there one day. Soon.
What do you look like?
I have dark hair, 5'4". I weigh 125, 123, 125. I'm hot. You know what? Last time you told me the same thing to come over, and I've never gone out there.
See that?
I'm gonna stop by.
See that? Okay, we'll give you some. We'll give you something to do while you're waiting. We'll give you something to do while you're waiting for him to call.
No, I'm done with that. I'm not waiting for nobody to call. I'm too good for that.
Good for you.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. Alex, hello.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, son.
How you doing, Father?
Great.
I'm seeking for your advice desperately.
What's the problem?
I am 19 years old. I'm about to turn 20. I'm trying to stay focused in school, and there's like my buddies always nag about me because I don't get any chicks or anything like that, and they're just like, I think they're a bunch of losers because they're just working jobs out there that they won't pay anything. So like, I don't know, like what can I do so I can get some tail and go to school at the same time?
Work on the older chicks.
Older chicks.
Older chicks.
All right, that's the key.
Divorced chicks. Chicks who are around 30 or more.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
They'll all be amazed that a 19-year-old finds them hot.
Okay.
And in reality, all you're looking for is a sperm depository.
Right. Right.
But they'll actually take it that, oh, my God, see, I've still got it.
Because there's this, like, I don't know, I know your policy about work thing, it's not good to get involved with somebody at work, but there's smoking hot, the MILF, literally, and she's just, like, smoking hot, and I think she's on her 30s, like, 32, 33, and I think she's hot, so should I do we kind of, I don't know, I call it kind of like mess around with each other, but...
Just you shouldn't be dating single mothers, and you...
No, she's not a single mother.
I thought you said she was a MILF.
Well, she looks like a MILF, but...
Oh, okay, she looks like a MILF, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be nailing single mothers, okay?
All right.
But, yeah, you should just go for it.
All right. Doesn't matter if it's at work or anything.
Well, no, if you like your job and you don't want to lose your job, I wouldn't do it at work. If you don't care about your job, if you just have some boring job and it wouldn't matter where you were working, then yeah, go for it.
Oh, I see. I got you. So my other question is, okay, I'm going to school to become a coroner because I know it makes it great, like super great money. I know for a fact I looked at it. So
coroner.
What? Yeah, coroner, like a pathologist, the person that does the autopsies.
You could be the coroner of Corona.
Yeah, not really, man. I like to be coroner of L.A. or Orange County.
Oh, okay. I think that job's taken in L.A., but anyway, go ahead.
So, what do you think? Is it a good field? Because I know there's no layoff.
No, I'm no expert on the coroner field. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
All I know is that there's no shortage of business.
I see. So what about in the business world, like business management? Can you tell me something about that?
That's a very vague term, business manager. What does that mean?
Like a business management?
Managing what? What kind of business?
Well, what type of business are they? Like they leave a great profit.
You need to learn a little bit more about business.
Okay.
My recommendation, read the Wall Street Journal.
All right.
I'm not kidding. Or magazines like Business Week. Easy to understand. Takes a little time to get into them, but ultimately you'll start to understand the different kinds of businesses, and you'll be able to focus on what's interesting to you. Our email address, tom@blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.